been to a couple of events recently, and bro, everyone's just popping out with these, bro. Everyone's got one of these. I thought let's make a video and let me just show you guys how to actually use one, and you know what's the whole point of using this and why you kind of really need one this summer. If you're not subscribed to the channel, bro, subscribe to the channel right now, bro. Like the video. Alright, so what's good about VHS? If you're shooting on a normal camera all the time, it's gonna get a bit boring. It's gonna get very, very boring if you do it all the time, all day, every day, shooting on a normal mirrorless camera, bro. And sometimes you need to switch up the type of shots you're getting. You know, you might choose a different lens, you might choose a different camera, you might try and switch up the color grade. But once you've tried that out a couple of times, you're gonna want to try and, you know, shoot up the whole look of it, the whole vibe of it. You know, you might want to make it look like, you know, this was shot like a couple years ago. You might want to make it look like this was shot in like the middle of summer. You might want to make this look a bit more reminiscent of things that, you know, you probably saw when you was younger, because I saw a lot of this when I was younger. Some of the people watching this, some of the younger people watching this, they probably don't know what a tape is, like what's inside of it, like what a tape is. They probably have no idea. And what else is good about VHS? It's just VHS, it gives a really unique look. Something about it being a bit blurry, lower quality. There's something about all of those things that just make this really unique. And at the end of the day, you cannot emulate this. You can try your hardest to try and like come up with different like type of effects. I think I made a video on the CRT effect. You can try your hardest to try and create different layers, filters and everything, but at the end of the day, you'll never find something like better than the original. So I'm gonna show you guys how to actually use. So when you get your actual camcorder, I think I got this one from eBay. This one is a Sony model. It's the model is a CCD. It's very it's very automatic. There's not a lot of actual manual settings. Most of them have this sort of wheel at the back. There's the off mode when you're not using it. There's the camera mode when you want to shoot. And then there's a player mode where you can sort of like rewind the tape and sort of see what you've already shot. As soon as you get it, just hold the green button, just press it down and make like a beep noise, and then you're ready to shoot. And then yeah, there's a viewfinder here. You can put this up. Mine's actually in black and white. My viewfinder is in black and white, so it shows me a black and white image. On the side here, you know, you've got a battery indicator, and you've got the hi8 symbol, so showing you that this is actually running on hi8 tapes. And then you've got, I think this is a runtime, how far into your tape you are. So right now mine says 1 hour, 3 minutes and 45 seconds, which I'm at pretty much at the end of my tape. But if you want to go back, you're gonna have to rewind and just watch this LCD till it gets to basically 0. As soon as you open up the LCD screen, let me switch this off. So you've got the volume button. This is, you know, only useful when you're really playing it back, playing back your footage. You've got the display button, which basically just like changes how much on the screen you see. You might want to, you know, sometimes there's a lot of like, you just want to focus on shooting, you don't really care for all the different like numbers and like titles around, so you can switch that on to sort of have a clearer just view of your screen. Then you've got an exposure button, which you can basically manually dial back and dial in how bright you want the footage to be, which is, you know, a really cool sort of like manual tool. Then you've got title, and this is one of the best things I found out. With the titles, you can sort of make these custom titles inside of here. It takes a while, but I've sort of got this called Directed by BXP UK, and then I've got another title called One Take, and these are just custom titles that whenever like I'm either playing footage back or when I'm shooting, I can just pop on the screen. And it's just a really cool, unique sort of title that I'm actually not seeing anyone use. Then you've got a menu button, which sort of takes you to the main menu. You can change the time, the sort of beep, the lamp, you know, a lot of things you can change out here. Then we've got a date button if you want to like show the date you're filming this on, which is pretty cool feature. You've got the time if you want to show the time. Towards the back of the camera, then you've got a backlight, which sort of like, I think if you're like filming in dark situations, you just sort of like press it once, and then like the image just gets like a lot brighter. It's just like an instant, just, you know, fix to like low light situations if you don't want to use the night shot. Then you've got a focus button. So basically this is an automatic, there's no manual focusing here, this is an automatic focusing like camera. But if your subject is not in focus, then you're going to want to hit the focus button and just hold it. Then at the top you've got a W and T slider, which is basically a zoom slider. Then that brings me over to the best feature, which is why I got this, is the night mode, the night shot, the night vision. I did make a video how to make the night shot filter, and that's like the best video on my channel. So shout out to you guys for liking that video. But if you want like an authentic sort of night mode, night shot sort of camera effect, then all you do, bro, you just press this. Slide this up and it turns night shot on. Instantly just green everywhere. It basically uses this IR, this infrared lamp here, infrared sensor, something to do with infrared. It uses this thing here, and it sort of just turns everything color, I think. But yeah, this basically just allows you to see really well in the dark. You know, it's a great at events, shows, if you're vlogging in the dark, if you've got like an old camera that you need to like actually film something at night. Like, yeah, that's my favorite part. But the only thing with this, you can't use this too much, otherwise you will eat into your battery life, which is, you know, you don't want to eat into your battery life, especially with the tape. There's limited tape, you know, you gotta shoot carefully with this. And then the last thing is, there's a little lamp here, you know, and if you press this light button at the top, you sort of switch on this light here. Don't know if you can see that, and it's sort of like a headlight. It's like a headlight, just, you know, if you need extra light, which I think is really cool. Like, I don't know, I see this as like a really cool, just compact, just system, just things like, I don't know, man. It's just like it's like a gadget, man. When you get to the player mode, you've got a bunch of buttons here on the side of the tape. I'm gonna run through these really quick. You've just got the stop, rewind, play, fast forward and pause, and these are basically all to do when you get the tape and you need to watch back your tape and things like that. So yeah, you're gonna want to rewind right to the point, right to the beginning of your tape, or right to where you want your tape to start. And with that being said, I'm gonna show you how to actually get your footage onto your laptop. I've got these cables from Amazon. I'm gonna put the link in the description. These two cables go into this camera. So we've sort of got these sockets here, but yeah, I've got this cable here that plugs in right there. And I've got this other cable that is really tricky, so you gotta make sure you plug in the right way, because you don't want to mess up these little like metal like needles. So that plugs in there. But then you've got a bunch of audio-visual cables. Leave a comment below if you remember these, if you used to play on the Wii and like you actually had to use like AV cables like this. So yeah, you've got a bunch of red, white and yellow cables, just to show like audio-visual. Then you've got this USB sort of screen capture card sort of thing. And then so that, because I've got a Mac, so to connect this to the ports on my laptop, I had to get a USB to USB-C converter. Then I put this inside like that, and then it's just one long, and once this is connected to that, then I just plug this into my laptop and ready to go. The amount you actually want to export, the videos you want to export, you're gonna have to sit there and watch through that whole footage. Like, I've had footage as long as an hour long, and I've had to sit there. I've had to go through different set of batteries that are more than an hour long, just to like rewind, find the right footage, you know. One reason for not getting high and going towards digital with like a SD card is because, you know, you actually have to sit there, you have to watch through all of your footage, which some people don't have the time for. If this is genuinely something that you're passionate about, and that you really want to have, then you're gonna find a way to, you know, sit through the hour of like your whole tape. So this summer you need a VHS camcorder, or if you need some like guidance or anything, message me on Insta. Leave a comment down below, like the video. You know, if you like the video, like the video. We're using this a lot more this summer than I already have. But yeah, man, shout out to you guys for watching the video. Leave a like down below. Follow the Insta at BXPK.
You found some